Here we are, another edition of the Columbia Cougars Coaches Show on Mediacom Channel 22. Our guest this morning is the head coach of the men's basketball team and athletic director at Columbia College, Bob Burchard. Welcome back.
Thanks, Cosmo. It's good to be here. Weather doesn't seem like basketball right now, but we'll take it.
Yeah, you got to be thinking the windy spread. Obviously, well, they are getting close, obviously, for softball, but you'd think that the full soccer field out there going with these stretch of 70-degree days, and pretty soon we'll be back to who knows what. If we don't want to knock on wood too much, we flash back a year ago to the infamous 17 or 18 inches of snowfall that we had to deal with on that date.
You know, we always talk to the guys, Cosmo, about extending your season till when it gets warm. And the girls start walking around in shorts, and softball starts playing. And I just thought the other day we probably ought to tell them this is fake.
This is
we're not done.
This is not normal. Yes.
No.
Matt Woodcock, being from Australia, he's got to be thinking, which version of February, January am I dealing with? Because I know a year ago we talked about in the last segment about all the different activities that the foreign kids deal with, as far as not just obviously schoolwork, but adjusting to culturally and here with the weather that we have. Right now, your team up to number 18 in the top 25 poll, 7 in a row, conference play, churning along at a 5-0 clip right now. The big Hannibal-LaGrange match here was quite a slugfest, a close game, a 5-point lead at halftime. Take us through a little bit about that victory over Hannibal.
Well, we're closing in on the end of the first round of conference play. Hannibal was really an interesting matchup, Cosmo. We thought it would be very difficult. I think they're a very nice team. They're very athletic, extremely physical, probably as physical as we are in terms of the leagues and the teams in the league. Very athletic. And when I went back and watched it on film, it seemed like the game was played in maybe a 15-foot square. It was really compressed, and and I think they played it that way. And at times I felt it was kind of a grind. I wasn't happy with the pace because I did think it really favored them. We had a couple guys come in and kind of loosen it up for us and break the game open, which put more pressure on them to play at a little bit different pace and got the game where we wanted it to be.
Well, you get into that locker room there, again with the lead, I believe it was 5 at halftime, and you come back out, and we've talked before, both yourself and Mike Davis, with that first 5 to 10 minutes of the second half of how you guys have been able to adjust on the fly, and you were able to turn it back into a pace that fits your guys' style better and come away with a pretty impressive victory.
That's a critical part of the game, Cosmo, is when you just maybe strike those first blows after breaks like that. I think the start of a game is very important, but then coming out of half, I think really sets the tone for the way that last 20 minutes is going to be played. I thought our team came out real strong, had a lot of energy, had a lot of enthusiasm in the game. We went through a couple of rotations, and Marquette, had a couple of plays in there that were momentum type, plays.
Yeah, we'll call it a dunk that pretty much lifted the roof off Southwell Complex. A nice little assist. I believe it was Devin threw him the alley-oop on the inbound steal. Those bang plays like that were.
But there were a couple of them, bang, just like you said, that just kind of happened in a flurry, and a lot of times it just takes that separation. As you said, we're right there at a 5-point, 6-point game, and then you get a flurry of scoring like that and put you into double figures and just really elevate your energy.
Big win there, and previous to that, the road trip down to Arkansas to Williams Baptist. Quickly talk about that victory there. Again, these guys are undefeated in conference play.
I was really happy with that, Cosmo. Number one, it's a tough trip. I think they're an improved team. Their results don't look great right now, but I think they will continue to improve just because of the way their team's made up. I think they have an upside to them. It's tough travel. It's an overnight trip. It's a long day. And I think the thing I was happiest with is how we approached the whole package of that game. And not only just playing a road game, which are always difficult, but just the whole package of the trip and preparing yourself. And I thought we looked very seasoned in that game. And sometimes, coaches analyze everything, Cosmo, and sometimes you think, okay, guys are really ready, and then they're not, and sometimes you think they're too loose, sometimes they're too quiet. So, we're always analyzing stuff. But we had a workout over at West Plains, the Missouri State University at West Plains Convention Center that morning, and I thought our guys just had a great bounce to their step. They looked very enthusiastic about the day and carried that into the ball game.
And the Cougars up to number 18, up from 21 in the top 25 poll. The more important number, 5-0 in the AMC Conference, getting ready for action in St. Louis at Harris Stowe on the way on the schedule next for Columbia College. When we come back, we'll talk about that matchup and a couple other things going on around Columbia College. Also, a player will join us coming up as well, as we'll have Hal Payne here on the Cougar Coaches and Now Players show as well on ColumbiaCougars.com and Mediacom Channel 22.